Shepherd Neame's Britain's oldest brewery. In a typical year, around sort of 40 to 50 Kentish ales, and we brew 6 lagers under licence.
And then on top of that we brew seasonal beers, which are designed to match the weather that we should be having, and the types of food that people eat at different times of year as well. Our guided tours last an hour and 20 minutes, and including the beer tasting that visitors have at the end, it's around 2 hours in total.
The tour guides would take typically sort of 18 or 20 people around in a group, and in noisy areas, particularly the brew house where there's a lot of equipment and machinery running. It's going to be difficult, and then if we've got a bigger group or 2 groups going around the brewery at the same time, then you'd have the problem of the 2 guys almost sort of competing with each other. So there were some difficulties.
It was quite difficult for our guides, and of course visitors felt that there might be the odd comment that they were missing if they were at the back and they couldn't necessarily hear everything that the guide was saying.
We looked at a number of systems, and the imagineear system, being a digital system, allowed multiple guides to work in an area at the same time, and the digital quality also meant that there's not a reduction in quality if one member of the group's slightly further away from the guide.
We've been using the imagineear headsets for around 3 months now, and already we've started to get brilliant feedback from staff and customers. The system is very easy to use. The staff have found the imagineear headsets extremely helpful. Partly it helps to preserve their voice and they don't have to strain to be heard, and also it means they know that every visitor has heard everything that they've said. You tend to get much more interesting questions come up from your visitors, and you can answer those to the entire group.
Whereas before you'd have to wait for everyone to get from one post on the tour to the next. Now if somebody's having a last look at one bit of equipment or is taking a photograph, the guide can start their next sentence and knowing that everybody can hear them, and that actually helps manage the tour and bring those sort of stragglers back into the group. With a dozen or more guides, there were 1 or 2 who were nervous about, was this going to put some sort of a barrier between them and the public? And by the time they'd finished their first tour with the microphones, they were sold on the system.
We've had some great feedback from visitors so far. People do come up to the guides at the end and say how much they appreciated being able to hear the guide the whole way throughout. And we do also have some written feedback from our visitors in our comments book as well, saying particularly people with hearing problems have found them extremely helpful. I would definitely recommend this headset to people in our position. It's created very positive feedback from our customers, so that must be a good thing, and it's great for our staff.
It's much kinder on the guides. If it is a noisy environment, then the imagineear system has certainly helped us here.